Whoop, whoop. What is up, guys? What is up, Bearcats? Happy Saturday. Hope you're all having a great weekend. We're here. We're hanging. We're chilling. It's HMG After Dark. Make sure you sign your NDA, pal. Tonight, Lucha Underground episodes 11, 12, and 13. Whoop, whoop. See what we got in the house tonight. We got Lab Rat. We got Radio McRadio Face. How you guys doing? Thank you so much. Always appreciate chilling with you guys. Whoop, whoop. Let's go ahead and get it. I already got through the intro ads. We're watching this on Daily Motion on the Wolf Vision Wrestling channel.
I want that bonus and cash.
So let's get it.
I'm the boss. Big Rick realized that his entire crew has failed. Big Rick didn't read the fine print. He has to earn this signing bonus. Oh, and Big Rick has been eliminated. En Mexico, nadie me respeta. He's making poor career choices and confiding in Chavo Guerrero. Oh, never trust a Guerrero.
Recap packages are bad. It takes away from the matches. Now I like this. It keeps me caught up with what's going on.
Huge victory. Guerrero's debut was spoiled by drama. Oh, the thrill of the fight. He got him. These two men are tied, one match apiece. So this the defining match. Wow. Someone's about to die.
Due to the double count out, the match is a draw.
Let me grab that real quick. I am at 1:30. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Once again with the El Rey Network here in Boyle Heights at the temple of the Lucha Underground mat. It's on fire. It's
Whoop, whoop.
What's up, brother? Last week here, we had a match between King Cuerno and Drago. If we learned anything from that match, we learned that those two luchadors will do anything it takes to take each other out. Tonight, last luchador standing. Think of the possibilities in this massacre. Let's go to the ring.
The following lucha is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Bale, and Cisco.
That's Mr. Cisco.
And opponents, Team Pimpinela Escarlata and Mascarita Sagrada.
All right, well, if anyone puts the boy in Boyle Heights, it's Pimpinela. If anyone puts the high in Heights, it's Mascarita Sagrada. I totally agree with you, man. This is something that nobody expected. The fans are going ecstatic for Mascarita Sagrada and Pimpinela. Well, it's Mascarita Sagrada and Pimpinela Escarlata make their way to the ring.
Yeah, I saw something about that. Something about him starting something up. Not sure what it is. Allegedly.
It's like Chavo Liberace had a child. Damn, Chavo Guerrero, Charo, big difference. Oh, you just stepped in it, brother, and I heard you. What do you mean, Chavo Liberace, Charo. Our referee is Rick Knox. And this is, I mean, from trying to make some sense of this all that, this is going to certainly be a clash of styles. What you think? You should have called that one. See it? Man, can you explain to me?
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, Blum's going to be his number 2. Or Bloom.
What would you do right now if you were the ref? Probably the referee. Yeah, I would call it down the middle, assert my authority. You know, put my stripes through the referee side.
You always got to count me, pal. Never count me out.
You're used to rocking in the streets and doing things at your own way, and then you show up at the Lucha Underground. This is what you got to run into. Yeah, could you not use the term gangbang or Pimpinella Superman? Brother, would you pay attention to stop thinking of things we should? Here we go. Interesting choice of maneuvers there. Interesting choice of maneuvers there by Cisco and Cortez. Go behind Pimpinella. Rolls through. Take nothing away from Pimpinella Escalante. Nothing wrong with being different, but certainly a great athlete and entertaining luchador, if you will. Oh, there's Big Brick. And Pimpinella is deceptively tall and deceptively strong. Matt, they're calling for you to get in the ring and get Pimpy a kiss. Maybe the most action I've had in a while.
Like pooping on heads, pal. Number 2. Number 1 and number 2, pal.
There are no discriminations here. Equal opportunity ass kickers everywhere you go, and Pimpinella Escalante is one. Nice shot. Cisco on the receiving end. Cisco on his way in. Pimpinella moving. Misses the splash. Cisco out to the middle of the ring. Bang forearm. Look at the way this works here. Boom. Boy, oh boy. Here comes Bam. It's almost as if these three luchadors, Cisco, Bam, and Cortez, work as one unit. It's like Voltron. Transformed. Okay, cover here. Pimpinella Escalante, showing that he still has some fight in it. But you see the look on their faces? They're just determined and they're mapped up. Their violence. They just function as a wild oil unit, like we called it, man. You can't let the psychological ramifications of being in the ring with Pimpinella and Mascarita take you off your game plan. In effect, right suplex by Cortez the Killer. But here, Cortez just looks intense, man. Yeah, and Big Rick, the boss of these three men, looking.
Yes, it's been a pretty solid match.
Puffing away.
And those drop kicks are great. They do.
Stop. Oh, that's something I like. Oh. Oh, Senton Dick Togo style. Cisco in for the cover.
Dick Togo, I like to call him Dick to go.
In Nashville, there's more than one way to discover an original.
More ways to make it big, like the most big.
More ways to add a little spice.
And more ways to get a standing ovation.
So how are you for Music City?
What the fuck was that?
What was that all about? That was nice. That was nice violence. Pimpy needs to make up about 20 feet to tag in his fresh partner, albeit Mascarita Sagrada. Oh. Man, just confused, brother. You know what? They're going more to hurt somebody than actually.
Yeah, it's firing right up, one right up right in the middle of the temple, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Sending a message and showing off that you can actually hurt. How do I call that? You go ahead, brother. So that was a butt button. Mascarita Sagrada flying. Julian Conrana, Frankensteiner, if you will. Mascarita Sagrada on the way. Tilt-a-whirl DDT. Cover. Mascarita was able to see Cortez coming in. Brother dropped it right in the face. Oh, see a kick. Dislocated his jaw. No doubt about it, man. I like that. Doesn't even know. Kick him again. If I was him, if I was in the ring right now, you know what I would do? I would beat his little. That's why you're over here. Mascarita Sagrada. Wow. Sure, the imagination of the crowd here at the temple. Arguably the most exciting luchador we have here. There you go.
Exactly. He stands out. He's an attraction. Like, for example, same reason there's only one Exotico.
Brutal, suicidal. Look at Pimpy soaking it up. Right, you feel the momentum shifting now in the favor of Mascarita Sagrada and Pimpinella. Line tag was made. Not sure if the referee saw that. Oh, yeah, I like that. Oh, almost a 3D into a code breaker. That's got to be it. Yeah, man, he deserved it. You know what? Forget about it. Hell yes. You know, Big Rick and his crew had 4 of the coveted 20 spots in Aztec warfare. which determined our first ever Lucha Underground champion, but none of them even made the final 6. That has to stick in Big Rick's craw for sure. Speaking of Big Rick, brother, here comes the man mountain himself. Big Rick is the boss, smoking a cigar, stepping in a no smoking zone, by the way, not caring at all. He's got number 7. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, California.
Yo, what's up, Radio? Good to see you, pal. Whoop, whoop. You're watching this on Daily Motion. Let me get the actual channel pulled up. Yes, episode 11. Daily Motion, Wolf Vision Wrestling. Nice, pal. Yeah, so Daily Motion, Wolf Vision Wrestling, and we're currently on a commercial break. Or ad break.
What happens if we survive?
Predator, killer of killers. Rated R.
Yep, and he nailed that role probably better than anybody could have.
Captain America: Brave New World is now streaming on Disney Plus. Oh yeah, on Disney Plus.
Yep, Wolf Vision Wrestling.
We're on the brink of
We're on
war.
episode 11.
Makes you break easy. Not that easy.
Well, the Wolf Vision Wrestling channel on Daily Motion. DailyMotion.com.
Captain America: Brave New World now streaming on Disney Plus.
And we are at the 10-minute, 5-second mark.
I'm just out here today to let every single one of you, when I mean everyone, I mean every one of you. I want you to know that sooner or later, I'm coming after the gold. And whoever
Episode 11.
is carrying it. For we must all appear before the judgment of Big Rick.
Big Rick was quoting scripture there, but before that, Big Rick made it clear that anyone that stood in his way to the Lucha Underground Championship would suffer, and it seems that Cortez Castro and Bale took exception to that. Hey man, I was like a little slap in the face. You see that nobody gave him a cigar. He was like, hey man, I was gonna mention it, but I wasn't sure. But
No, season 1, episode 11.
Oh man, brother, he's got a candlestick. Well, it looks like this union is unraveling, and that's what the Lucha Underground Championship does. It makes enemies out of friends. It makes friends out of enemies. Call it what you will. It's the most important prize here at Lucha Underground. Oh my God, bro, he's gonna rock him, Cortez. Oh, those bamboo shoots slapped against the skin. Man, Big Rick just got schooled, checked. You know, Mr. Cisco enjoying the Dutch, puffing away. What's up here, man? Look at that look. Hold on. Brother, I see something like this in prison. Yeah. He was that dog. He stinks. I guess Big Rick isn't the boss anymore. I mean, it's symbolic as well as brutal. I mean, it's an MC. Keep your eye on the prize. I get all that. The line has been
Yeet. Yeah, pal.
Big Rick just got checked. Notice
So this is a face turn for Big Rick? We'll find out.
Well, when you're a mercenary, highest bidder, right? Yeah, hired guns.
Eye for an eye.
That was amazing. I didn't think you guys could top that. Then, boom, there goes Rick's eye. Big Rick had a hard time seeing how valuable we could have been to one another. Now, It'll be hard for him to see anything. You watch my back and I'll dig deeper. Can I get a yes, sir? Yes, sir. Good.
Okay, I'm just being told that Big Rick has been taken to a medical facility. We'll give you updates as the night goes on. In fact, it's a far cry from last week when we saw Prince Puma retain the Lucha Underground title, but then a new challenger emerged.
Dude, I had the exclusive opportunity to find out just a little bit more about that attacker, and let me tell you something. He is the man they call.
Yeah, these ad breaks do kind of suck on it.
Let's take a look. Hey everybody, it's Vampiro again, Lucha Underground here ringside. Up
Good sell job.
with the man they call Cage. Good to meet you, brother. Right off the bat, I can feel it, and this is what everybody wants to know. You got this attitude. You just present yourself with this arrogance.
Man,
I gotta
Brian
be honest with you,
Cage from
man,
over,
backstage,
well, this is over
or
10 years
or
ago.
wherever everybody's talking that you just ain't happening, man. You got a lot of heat. What's up with that?
I wish I cared, you know? I really don't give a shit. What is this, high school? I mean, come on, are we here to make friends? We're not here to make friends. They don't hand out titles to the most like luchador. They hand out titles to the best luchador. And that's exactly who I am.
I feel it. I understand it.
Yeah, where are they now?
I'm about to be your fan. Don't get all in my face now. You come here and you've taken out Puma. Boom. And he didn't move, brother. You bit off a big chunk of the pie here in the Lucha Underground. Taking out the champ right off the bat.
I'll take out the champ because I'm not going to wait in line. All right? I'm not going to wait for my turn when I'm better than everyone in the building. You see,
What I've seen
Quaker
so
asked
far.
for blood, he asked for violence. I'm handing him all those things. And all I ask for in return is that 20 pounds of gold.
We've only been here for a week here in the Lucha Underground.
Tony Khan should have asked
what makes you so sure?
Christy Joseph how he wrote for
Help
Brian
the fans
Cage.
Understand what makes you so sure that you're going to dominate? Because one thing is punching the champ, getting the title, going after the title, but retaining superstar status, brother. That's what this business is about.
Doesn't matter if I've been here for a day, a week, a month, a year. I am the best. Okay? I'm not going to waste my turn. My turn is champ.
Brother, the only thing I see is a kid with big arms and a big ego.
You can sit here and you can try to rile me up. It ain't gonna happen. All right, I'll go through every damn person in this building, including you, if you want to step back in that ring.
I'm not trying to push your buttons. I'm not trying to offend you, brother. Who is Cage in 2015? Tell me, convince me that you're the guy that I should put my money on.
I'm the best. I'm just built better. All right, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm faster, and I want it more. You want to know why people call me Cage? It's because everyone that's ever met me or been in the ring with me, including Conan, the paperweight champion, Puma, they both found out when you're in the ring, Cage, you're not in the ring with the man. You're in the ring with the G.
There you heard it. Much respect. You got to see it to believe it. The intensity is at all-time high.
Everyone knows music is the heart of
Yeah,
Nashville.
for real.
But there's more than one way.
It's big time drop.
More ways to discover an original.
Okay, apparently that's a audio ad on the Daily Motion website.
Introducing
Superfly luchador that has impressed us over the past few weeks. Tonight, a huge guest for the Fly. Muchísimo. Este es el pueblo de México.
I don't get it either. They got everything they need there. How do you mess this up?
from Cruz, Mexico, Pentagon Jr.
Over the past few weeks, Pentagon Jr. had been aligning himself with Chavo Guerrero. Then, at Aztec Warfare, Chavo blasted Pentagon across the skull with a steel chair and eliminated Pentagon from championship contention. This is the first time we've seen Pentagon since that night. These two luchadors are striving to break from the middle of the pack to the top tier here in Lucha Underground.
Brother, you got to give it to this kid, though. You can't tell me he's not supposed to. Look at that, man. That was home run, man. You got to give him props, brother.
Pentagon.
Pentagon, where are they now?
The opposite of Octagon, a great Mexican wrestling legend. Superfly, just being Superfly. Backflip onto his feet. Superfly ducks the clothesline, gives the bump to create space. Superfly now using the ropes momentum. Backflip into the left floor. Nicely done by Pentagon. Yes. Cover, is it enough?
Oh, you know how much that hurts?
Yes, I do.
Damn.
Oh, what's Superfly going through right now?
Pain. Doesn't even know where he is. You know, that starts at the bottom of your spine, goes all the way to your neck, and sends tingles through your feet. It is so painful, and it takes the wind out of you. It's not good, man. But I'm feeling that kick, brother. You know, me being the martial arts guru that I am.
The new twist on an old favorite, courtesy of Pentagon Jr.
You can feel it, man. It's just like enjoying the vibe. As it says, poorly translated, but it does mean I have no fear. Zero miedo.
Better be careful you don't say another word. And let me say, oh, arrogance. In luchador like Pentagon, what would Pentagon need to get to that next level here? You're seeing how vicious and unrelenting Pentagon is. Anything else? Oh, maybe there's the answer.
I don't know, man. Just the talent is there, the aggressiveness is there, the ego is there, the arrogance is there. I mean, he's a world-class fighter, no doubt about it. I don't know if he's got to put more time in, if he needs better guidance. I don't know. You know, hooking up with Matt, good call, good question.
All right, now let's not shy away from Superfly, who's been taking quite a beating and yet is on his feet. And that in and of itself is a victory as Pentagon.
That kick is put in so deep. I don't know if you're catching it, but the extension.
And ad break. Whoop, whoop.
Monsters come. All you can do is scream. You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him? I never see us coming.
Better?
Whoa. What is
Oh, you
that?
skipped this one. Nice.
Time machine, Jimmy. I'm gonna.
And a repeat of the last one. Yay.
The monsters come. All you can do is scream. You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him? They will never see us coming.
Better?
And after impact, that is brutal. How he's getting up after that knockout shot, not sure, but he's a warrior.
Pentagon keeps Superfly moving, and that may work against Pentagon now as Superfly gets a clothesline now. Now this is the opportunity that Superfly needs. Pentagon is down, and for the first time now, it looks like the tide can turn in Superfly's favor. Referee will count to 10. Neither luchador arrives to their feet. This match to no contest, similar to what we will see later on tonight in the last luchador standing, where the referee's only job will be to count to 10, and whichever luchador can get to his feet is the winner.
Oh, Jimmy John's so tasty.
Another man to keep him down. Let your imagination run with that.
The fans are saying, yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's a big thing in Mexico, brother. When you're coming back from behind, it's almost like an overtime game in hockey in the world. In the Stanley Cup, let's say. And they're saying, si se puede. Yes, you can.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
World Cup, Stanley Cup, World Series, Super Bowl.
Vampiro! Vampiro! Vampiro!
Springboard into the arm drag, and now Superfly showing some offense. Don't worry about the people, bro. Come on. And now Superfly perhaps will live up to his name. This is Lucha Underground. That's awesome. Very awesome. Let's see where Pentagon's maturity as a luchador starts to develop.
But you cannot pass the test to be a luchador in Mexico if you don't learn your tumbling, and that certainly saved it off that.
Oh, not that. Cover. Lefty ref. Oh.
No fear, Doc. Don't get angry, kid. Control yourself, man.
Here, Vampiros advice to Pentagon. You hear the believers in the temple advice to Superfly. Wow, what body scissors roll through crossing the leg? Oh, crossing the legs makes it very difficult to kick out. Blocks the kick there, spin around, jumps the clothesline. Pentagon Jr. on the move. Takahashi clothesline. Is it enough? Pentagon floats over, no leg cover. That may have been the difference.
I think so. His anger's getting the best of him. Not
Give me the
following
Tanahashi
what
clothesline,
like
pal.
you said, Matt. You know what I mean? It's little details he's got to clean up. Dog.
Yes! Back kick into the solar plexus, knocks the wind out of Superfly. Now what's Pentagon setting up for? Superfly blocks it by grabbing. Pentagon takes the block. Oh, package pile driver that's got to be it. 2. Pentagon Jr. You're winning.
Pentagon Junior.
Yo pensé que Chavo Guerrero era una leyenda. Yo pensé que él era quien me iba a ayudar. Pero ¿sabe qué? Me ha defraudado. Pero algo bien importante. Sé que hay alguien que está dispuesto
Oh,
a hacer
oof.
conmigo.
Oof, that's rough, pal. That's rough, Lab Brad. I'm sorry.
Estoy de acuerdo en ayudarme. Porque yo soy Pentagon Junior. El Cerro Vivo. Pentagon thought that Chavo was the legend, thought that Chavo could bring him to the promised land. Yeah, and Pentagon now realizes that Chavo may not have been sticking.
And they said that there's only one man out there that he thinks that can help cross the line, brother. What's he talking about?
I don't know, but coming up later on tonight, the Lucha Go standing match between Drago and King Cuerno. It's coming up on Lucha.
Oof. That bad, huh? Might have to.
Lucha scheduled for one fall. Introducing from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, Sexy Star.
She is more than just a pretty mask.
She has proven to herself, Matt, and I've told you a million times, she's proven to the world. She's been beat down her whole life. She reached the point of no return, nowhere to go. It was looking very bleak, and she turned to Lucha Libre, and now she here is in the greatest company in the world, which is Lucha Underground.
And her opponent from Anaheim, California, Mariachi Loco.
Oh, this is a great story. This young man actually worked in a restaurant 2 blocks away from the temple. One day, took off his hairnet, took off his apron, put on a mask, and El Mariachi Loco went into training. And this is perfect proof. This man works for tips. After his matches, he goes around the ring and collects dollar bills from the fans here.
Man, but I got to touch on something else, man.
What's up?
I can't stress enough the super heroism of Sexy Star. She's proved herself worldwide, brother, and she is here in a foreign country ready to show the world that women can hang in Lucha
You
Underground.
made a great point about Sexy Star's history. She was at the point of no return with just living in a man's world. But instead of quitting, Sexy rose above. So I guess heart, pride, no gender.
Faith in yourself.
Oof.
Because not only was she not
Yeah,
living,
that sounds
she was
rough.
living in a man's world, but she reached the point that there was no hope, but she had faith in herself.
Oh, damn.
Great role model for all women worldwide, wouldn't you say?
Well, absolutely. And again, think of the best women wrestler that you possibly can. Trish Stratus, Lita, Fabulous Fool, Sensational Sherry. Where does Sexy Star, in your mind, rank amongst them?
Well, you know, okay, Moolah, okay. But come on, man.
Sexy's right up there.
I think she's a little bit above and beyond.
Standing switch to go behind now, trying to gain advantage of the waist, trying to take Mariachi down. Mariachi's hip gyrations, somehow break him loose. Pass 5, tilt the whirl head, scissors, Sexy.
Just like an angel, brother.
The thing I like about Sexy Star's offense is that she brings into combinations. She puts move on top of move on top of move. It's not just one move, wait, one move, wait. No, it's a succession of moves. And I think what Sexy Star embodies with her movements and her actions. Every woman is sexy.
I just thought of something like the way like Sexy Star was booked and promoted. She was kind of like the luchador version of China almost.
Hold it now, Mariachi. Let us see. Why are you gonna pull her hair, brother? Hey, listen, Sexy's fair game. You can't feel sorry for Sexy now. This gender thing is out the window. We've seen other luchadors take Sexy Star left, right. That's right. Most notably, Chavo Guerrero, who has suffered some retribution for sure. So, Jesus. We talked about Sexy's resiliency in her personal life, but now the resiliency in her professional life is going to be tested.
I'm hoping that's not going to push some buttons and she's not going to snap and really do something.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Come and get yours, Mariachi. How stupid is that guy? Look at that. Sexy cutting the distance of the ring. That is crucial. It allows Sexy to have a favorable position high above El Mariachi Loco. What will Sexy do with it? Oh, school, brother. Modified crossbody into the clothesline. And that's the kitchen. Boom. Boom. That's right.
Listen to the fans, brother. Sexy Star is definitely showing that she belongs here at the top in the Lucha Underground.
Oh, there you go. Hell hath no fury.
Yep, just ask Rosemary.
Big boot face, man.
The shortened space between the two luchadors and luchadoras in this case benefits Sexy Star for her explosive impact maneuvers. With reverse, Sexy on the move now. Sexy turns around to use the turnbuckle for support to place the boot. Dips out. Wow. Sexy once again back up to the turnbuckle. She's quick. Whoa! Crossbody turns into a lucha arm drag. This creates space. Will this benefit Mariachi? Let's see. No. Sexy speed coming into play. Tilt the world. No. Power slam position. This doesn't bode well. Oh! Rolled right underneath Sexy's jaw.
Not good. Being here, you got a master's degree. She doesn't have an Adam's apple. So,
trachea, esophagus, throat.
Okay.
It blew up down on her neck. How about that?
Oh,
slap.
Look at that.
Inside cradle, small package, into and out. Sexy Star. It doesn't take a fancy move. You don't need to be 6'5" and 300 pounds. You just need to have heart. And Sexy Star has all.
Poor Mariachi, dude.
Role model for every man, woman, and child. Congratulations.
And we got ad skip options here. There we go. Whoop, whoop.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we put all that happiness aside.
Yo, what's up, Scott Woodford? Good to see you, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Drago,
New Day rocked. Yeet.
The bloodletting, it ends tonight.
How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Yeet, yeet.
The following lucha is our main event. Is the last luchador standing match. Introducing first from the King Cuerno.
King Cuerno. Where are they now?
The beasts incarnate, if you will, King Cuerno, the hunter. Last week we saw a match between Cuerno and Drago. They were tied up in one apiece, and then Drago did something that people are still talking about, and they will talk about for quite some time. Leaping off the top of the temple, sending King Cuerno crashing through a table. Neither luchador can continue. The match was ruled a no contest. No disqualifications. Last man standing. members, the referees in the ring.
You know, he might be able to get. He might be able to now.
Answer that 10 count by rising to his feet. He loses.
And his opponent from El Inframundo, Drago.
She just said something so interesting. Drago from the Inframundo. Inframundo, she said. That's like the underworld, the dark side. I always screwed it. So, is he taking to the ring a dragon spirit, or is he going even deeper into the dark side? This young man, Drago, has earned the respect of the believers here in the temple with last week's amazing physical and mental match. But this is different. This is last man standing. It's not so much about technique. It's just about who can beat the other guy up and with what. Yeah, you said it, man. There's nowhere to go. This is it, man. I mean, what provokes you to get to this stage in your life? You know what I mean? This is last luchador standing. The only place you'll see it is right here on Lucha Underground, right now. Brother, and look at King Cuerno in the classic stance. Just the calm before the storm, what you say? The calm before the violence? Absolutely, and we know that Drago is the quicker of the two, whereas Cuerno has the timing.
Dude, for real. It really does. Like, let it be. Like, let it be its own separate world within your universe.
Luchador is down on their back. The referee's job is to start a 10 count. It's simple. The luchador can't get up by 10. The match is
Exactly,
over.
Lab Rat. Exactly.
You know what?
Alrighty, and while as this match is starting up, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some food in the air fryer. Be right back. Whoop, whoop.
Getting to his feet.
Cuerno up, expectations. And we have to keep just maybe a little eye on how long it takes the luchador. That's early in the match, and already it's an 8 count. That shows how much damage has been inflicted so early on.
Well, it's like you said, he hit his head. I'm sure he was knocked silly, but I can pretty much guarantee he's not going to go out just like that.
Fine. Throw pump DDT, and now it looks Drago's going to focus on the head.
Brother, Cuerno is got knocked out. Is he knocked out?
We're going to find out. Referee's up to 4.
Very smart. Very smart. Very smart. Very cunning. Very logical.
And it's
art of
luring
war,
Drago
brother.
out.
Yeah, look at that.
Perfect. Cuerno knew. Running sit out Bubba Bomb.
Know your enemy, brother. Know your enemy. The art of war. Sun Tzu. Take it, take it, take it. Gain his confidence, and when it's time, come in and pull it out from under him.
And we've talked about King Cuerno. We pointed the hunter, and right there, the trap was set, and Drago took the bait. Referee Marty Elias on the count.
What was the word? Cunning. A warrior, a hunter.
It's the intensity showing on the body of King Cuerno. Cuerno may have sensed that Drago was going to rise to his feet again.
Matt, look at the maturity in these warriors. Look at the timing. Look at this. He's just hurting him like a shark, taking a bite, taking a circle, coming back, coming in, coming out. Says, is that what you got, brother? I want to hurt you.
A slow and painful death versus a quick kill.
But is it a game? Do you think?
Perhaps to Cuerno.
He likes that. It's like a chess match, would you say?
Who knows what people get on? German suplex, holding on. And notice the placement of Cuerno's hands makes it hard to breathe on top of being dropped to the back of your head
2 times. Oh, man. Wow.
Stand over, switch, crap. Suplex, brain buster, perhaps.
Well, it's worth more than his brain, spine.
Trio of impact. Referee starts his count.
Man, he's in this position and sizing him up. Just like,
you'll notice how close the luchadors stay to their opponents during the count because you don't want to give too much space to allow your opponent to recuperate.
Yeah, I agree with you there, brother, but this is the king of the hunters.
Sorry, back in what I thought we had in the freezer, we don't. So yeah, unfortunately, I'll probably wait till after the show's over before I cook anything. I still got my sandwich here.
Drago has become something of a cult favorite here in the temple, all because of his tenacity and, dare I say it, the balls on this guy.
No doubt, brother, but he just got kicked in the face with the shit. It was like getting hit with a baseball bat. You know what I'm saying? That boot was just like a knee tight in the face. That chop took his nose out. No doubt he's getting a beating.
The chop won't keep Drago down for 10, but it certainly just adds a little insult.
You know what it is? And he's getting chopped like that. You know, it's hard to breathe with all that stuff. The mask is heavy. You better believe that that chop is doing damage.
I'm actually going to look up how to do air fry a Jimmy John sandwich. 1 sec. Some toasted ravioli. Well, beef toasted ravioli. But unfortunately, the only ones we have in the house are beef and cheese or just cheese. And I can't really do the cheese all that well.
As the match goes on, pay attention to the levels of the luchadors' heads. Whose head is higher? That'll give you a direct indication as to who has the advantage.
Oh, smart, very smart.
Right now, and he's really firing it.
Brother.
In spite of Puerto's height difference, Drago's head is higher right now. Drago has the momentum. Oh.
All right, so preheat to 350 and cook for 5 to 6 minutes.
Both luchadors down, and the referee started his count. That's something to look for. It's when the referee starts.
Oh, nice, Scott. Dude, I can't think of like a thing that's something like that's come into my life that's really changed it like it has. Like I've been eating out. All I've been doing is eating out. That's drastically changed.
This is it, brother. This is the end of the line for one of these guys.
Whether you're here in the temple or you're at home and you're watching, you understand the severity of this match. Guerrero demanding senior
Maybe I'll try it at a different time.
to rid himself of the fly in his ointment, if you will, Drago. And the irony here is that Guerrero almost he started the hunt. Guerrero was the one that incited this. You've ever been in any of these matches? Last man standing, last luchador standing. You've been in some violent ones.
They're brutal, man. It just takes a toll on you. But oh, look at this. This is coming up. The arrow from hell. La flecha del infierno.
Risking suicide.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Air fried that son of a bitch. Oh, dude, Sky, dude, we've been having pretty much bacon the last few days on that. It's like, oh shit, we fried a whole or unthawed a whole thing, so we got to kind of get through it before it goes bad.
He's smart. You said it. You felt it. He's setting up that table.
That's kind of why I got Jimmy John's. Like, okay, I'll fry some bacon up and put it on the sandwich. Dude, air fried bacon is, oh, dude. Yeah, it's literally a homer. Oh.
I am so impressed with the way he is on.
And ad break.
The monsters come. All you can do is breathe. You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him? They would never see us coming.
Ooh, Gruss, I gotta try those. Ooh, hash browns. Ooh, bro.
That's what you're looking for, these sticks.
No.
There's two of these in there.
Okay.
I can't find anything else. I don't remember buying it today. I don't know. That's the pork one's the only one I remember.
Yeah, I think those. Yeah, the pork thing. Yeah, the pork with the egg rolls.
No, they were.
The thing on the thing that said pork egg rolls.
They were egg rolls.
There is a box in there that says pork egg rolls.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But the other kind of stuff, I had to order some pork ones.
Oh, the squares.
I've never seen those before. Pork ravioli?
Yeah.
I've never seen it
It's
before.
ravioli. It's not really ravioli. It's what do they call those?
Not rushing. He is stalking. Doing all the right
Yeah,
things.
All right.
that's all right. Yeah.
This last week, almost to a T.
Oh yeah, this is a
Sets up the table, but now Drago.
and guys, yeah, my Gramps is just popped in and he's catching the show for the first time. Lucha Underground. He's like, wait, what's this? Yeah, this is a show called Lucha Underground. One of the main producer of this show is Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, I've heard that name.
Yeah, he's worked. He was Quentin Tarantino's partner for several movies.
Any more animal references?
Yeah, this is a promotion that ran from like 2014 to like 2018, I think.
Out on the ledge.
Yeah, it was shot like a Hollywood production, and they have like cinematic vignettes.
One of these luchadors will not
This is the main event of one of the shows. It's the last man standing match.
Under the top rope, that may be Cuerno's only salvation here. Wow, that. Oh boy, fireman's carry. This doesn't bode well.
There's a lot of these dudes who are in WWE right now. Like that dude right there in the red, King Cuerno. He's currently in WWE.
This is a last luchador standing match. You can't even hear the count, Matt.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Last luchador standing. It's as simple as it gets.
I like it. I'll get some of those. What kind of
Way there.
it's the square thing.
Yeah, the toast ravioli, all beef.
Oh, that's ravioli.
Toast ravioli, yeah, that all beef. I've never seen pork ones before.
I got some in there. I'm
Okay.
So I guess
Dragon's got to work this, brother.
Don't matter if
Getting
it's pork.
beat.
I think our senior
I prefer beef. I'll give the pork one. If there's pork ones in there, I'll give them a try.
No, I've already.
Okay. Red Baron deep dish, whoop whoop.
He's also, I'm sure he's concerned about their health, brother, because this is just dangerous at this point in the game.
The referee's job is
Fried ice cream, man. Well, we got iced coffee, so why not?
nowhere for Drago's head to go.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Guys, I can already feel the diabetes coming on with all this shit you're throwing at me.
Is a rope. No disqualification. You heard Cuerno say to the referee, you can't stop me. It's not your job in this particular instance. Right now. Wow. And Drago's hands.
How crazy is that?
A little bit of rope in Drago's mouth.
Reminiscent of Greg Valentine, Roddy Piper, first chain match ever. The
Violent
brutal.
Let's do it. Oh! Well, Starcade may have changed wrestling all those years
Man,
ago.
what's he doing,
Tonight,
man?
the last luchador standing match here between King Cuerno and Drago will change Lucha forever. Hang on, how can Drago get to his feet if he's tied and the referee's counting?
That's the way it is, brother.
He's up to 6.
Forget about it.
Drago's trying, but the rope.
I like this finish. Cool fit. I like this. Good finish. Like it made Cuerno look like such a douchebag to do that.
You do what you gotta do. You want to advance the forget about it, man. That's the way it is, gotta be. Just the right thing. It's a cheap victory, in my opinion.
Yeah, in 5 years I'll be on The Biggest Loser, pal. Whoop whoop.
But Drago is trying to fight to his feet. He says that he's hungrier. And you want to look at this. Look at this. Insult to injury, brother.
And it's like that is the end of episode 11.
You know very well that Drago one day will return.
Good night, everybody.
You know, in post-credit stuff. This is right around when Marvel started doing that. Here we go. Season 1, episode 12. Wolf Vision Wrestling. Yeet. And ad time.
Monsters come. All you can do is breathe. You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him? They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yeah, the ads are kind of a pain in the ass, but if it lets us watch Lucha Underground for free, then, you know, it's small price to pay. Was it like a minute and a half of ads? Every,
When the monsters come, all you can do
like what,
is breathe.
7-10 minutes?
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him? They will never see us coming.
That's beef. Yeah, those are the straight beef ones.
You want to see it? These are
They're kind of cold and old.
No matter the talent, patient,
Mm.
no one is safe.
I'm the boss. Sooner
Yeah, those are the ones I was talking about.
coming after the gold and whoever. Let's carry it.
Oh, Big Rig. I'm seeing how valuable we could have been to one another. Now, it'll be hard for him to see anything. You watch my back, and I.
What period of the 90s?
First time ever the
Because
Lucha
WCW went through a lot of different phases in the 90s.
When you're the champion, there's a huge bullseye on your chest. Pin Puma. Puma still your champion. What a hard-fought victory. That's Cage running out from the back. Oh. Cage has just thrown down the key and unlocked his fate. I'm not going to wait my turn. My turn is now. I'm the best.
Yeah, Tropical Thunder Hogan, pal. 90 to 94. I did not get a chance to catch any of that, but I remember hearing like 90, 91 had some pretty good stuff there, like with the Dangerous Alliance and whatnot. Yeah, pre-Hogan, yeah, and I remember, yeah. Even that's kind of two different eras. Like you had like the coming out of the Territory Day era of the early 90s with, you know, with the Dangerous Alliance and whatnot, and then you had like the later half of that with the like the Beach Blast movies of White Castle of Fear, Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal.
You're right. Tonight, Prince Puma is here, and he has been informed that he will be defending his championship.
Yeah, it certainly went through phases. We might be able to do. We might be able to do that.
Tonight he loses his title.
But it wouldn't be like full episodes or anything. It'd be like specific, you know, things.
We'll see.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lucha Underground. We thank you for riding with El Rey tonight. A heated, fiery main event takes place. And Vampiro, you had an opportunity to sit down with Conan and Prince Puma. Yes, I did. And Matt asked me. It was intense. Conan and Puma, you gotta watch, but check it out and feel it. Get it, boy. Oh! The Conan and Prince Puma interview is coming up, but right now, a huge, huge match. Let's go to the ring.
The following lucha is scheduled for.
Yeah, I do too, Lab Rat, dude. You know what vibe?
Accompanied by.
And considering it's Robert Rodriguez involved in this, like who's the main executive producer, I gotta believe it's done intentionally. It kind of reminds me of the house band from Dusk Till Dawn.
If you missed that show, find it online or go to LANetwork.com just to bring you up to speed. And still, Mil Muertes was unable to become.
Yeah, I totally forgot he was in WCW in the early 90s. And I think didn't he have a couple of tag team title runs with Buff Bagwell at that point, or at that point he was on Marcus Bagwell?
The suspicion of all
I'm gonna look that up.
I think she is controlling him. I said it. I called it. Nobody believes me, but pay attention. Oh my God. She is ferociously sexy. Muertes, I know he has a chip on his shoulder, and he's only gonna come in and do one thing, and that's destroy, bro.
All right, one time with Marcus Bagwell.
20 competitors feel it was fresh. Everyone else was beaten and battered, and yet still kneels upon the seal with the hand over the eyes. There's shame there. Well, what that's gonna do is very, very scary.
Yeah, he was a game changer in the ring, that is for sure.
From Mexico City, Mexico.
But he ain't afraid to go New Jack on you. Whoop, whoop.
Becoming one of my favorites, high-flying, daredevil, never say die attitude. Phoenix truly embodies the spirit of new age lucha, in my opinion. Man, new age lucha. What a call, man. Lucha Underground is changing the face of our sport, not only in this planet, but in the universe, and you are right. Phoenix is the guy. Put your money on him, pay attention. Do not blink, because this kid is on fire. Whoa, Phoenix worldwide, from AAA Mexico and Pro Mexico in Japan, all the way right now to Lucha Underground is exactly where Phoenix belongs, at the top of the wrestling world. No doubt about it, brother. It's gonna be, well, it's a contrast of styles. Man, right off the bat. Whoa, quick roll up. Now, man, the last time these two met, they had already competed in a match and were both fighting for seeding in warfare. Remember here, how do you think the familiarity is going to lend itself to this match? Brother, I don't know. Wow.
Never heard his theme song. I apologize.
Is it ill-advised to try to go blow for blow with Bill Muertes?
Ooh, nice. Nice, Lab Rat.
Felix still not on his feet, though. Phoenix has no choice but to pull out all his styles, but that's only going to provoke the beast, dog. Phoenix is keeping it moving as Katrina pounds the apron. Oh, oh. Yes, you can know all the names of all the moves. That is called a right hand to the face. And now Bill Muertes stalks a ball. No, what is Phoenix? Phoenix just keeps coming, brother. He keeps coming. He is a mystical being that will not go down. And when he does, he gets back up. And holy God, real and he crashes. He big right hand over the head, belly to belly suplex, and then a spike DDT. Boom! Other right hand. This is Lucha all day. Brother, still up. That did nothing but get the piece riled up. It's spring heel catches. It's terrible. Suplex, heel for the cover. Reaches forward down lead.
Oh, yeah, the old school WCW Ravishing Rick. Whoop, whoop.
Provoking Phoenix.
Dude, that the Dangerous Alliance is like pretty much everybody in that group is a Hall of Famer.
All that anger just boiling from the heels inside. With Phoenix taking advantage of the space, Bill using his strength.
What was it? Yeah, you had Rick Rude, Larry Zbyszko, Arn Anderson, Steve Austin, Medusa. Who else?
Cover, that's it.
My mind wants to say Bobby Eaton.
People anywhere in the world kick out of it. Every time we see Phoenix, I mean, obviously the name implies the bird that rose from the ashes. Don't Google that. But Phoenix is that spirit.
He was in there. Okay.
Listen to the fans. He's almost feeding off that energy. He's calling. Give it to me. Ouch. And now, Neil looking to end the match, but no leg lock. And Ben, how is that significant? No hook of the leg. You don't hook the leg, that's universal, brother. That doesn't matter. 1940, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, or the 2000. If you don't hook that, you ain't going nowhere.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Oh, yeah, and Paul's cell phone.
He would defend himself.
Yeah, dude, like the Dangerous Alliance, that's actually like an all-star lineup right there. Kind of a random one, but still one.
Is about to open up.
Oh shit, someone check on Ray. Someone check on Ray.
Can't even believe it. Nobody can believe it, man. It goes to show you by the last second shot or anything can happen. Bill didn't hook the leg when he had the chance, and Phoenix took advantage of it. It was quick, bro.
The monster's come. All you can do is breathe. You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him? They will never see us coming.
Better?
The monster's come. All you can do is breathe. You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him? They will never see us coming.
Better?
The monster's come. All you can do is breathe. You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him? They will never see us coming.
Better?
Come back to Lucha Underground, and coming up tonight, we have a championship match. As many say, the champion Prince.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep.
To a defense against the Machine Cage.
And that led to the I remember Beach Blast, where they had a one-eyed little person named Cheatham dropping off a bomb on their boat, pal, or on Sting and Davey Boy Smith's boat.
So I'm determined to blow through every challenge like it's my last thing. Any wasted day is a wasted opportunity. I have to work for every inch because nobody's giving me anything. Nobody's handing me a mask. Nobody's handing me a cape. So every day, I'm right here where I get my powers. With blood and sweat. I'm not a man. I'm a machine. They call me Cage.
Like so far from what I've seen, how like they like Lucha Underground's presented Brian Cage. I'm thinking this is a dude that could probably crush Lesnar. Like I think this dude could squash. Like if this dude they had him squash Lesnar, I could believe it.
Currently in the ring, the team of Alchemist, Superfly, and Star. And their opponents, the team of Cortez Castro, Mr. Cisco and Bale.
So as the crew make their way to the ring for this traditional six-man match, man, we've talked about this quite a bit. The six-man tag team match is such a tradition in Lucha Libre. Why? I've been asking that question for almost 30 years. You know, when I first got to Mexico, I was expecting something different. But it just seems like it's been part of the system for over 80 years. And every time I ask one of the old timers, they say, you know what? We don't know either. That's just the way it's always been.
Yeah, I do remember that happening. Wasn't Rick Rude one of the WCW International Champions?
Senor Cisco came into the ring on the side of the luchador. That's a tough guy right there. All right, the rules of a six-man, the same for rules one-on-one, pinfall, submission, disqualification, or count-out. Tag in, tag out. Now the only question is who will start for both teams. Looks like Superfly stands in the middle of the ring there, the gold and black boots. It's Aerostar, his partner, in the red and blue, and of course the exciting Armenis in the white and what is that, neon green? Lime green. And now Senor Cisco will step out. It looks like Cortez the Killer will start. You know, Vampiro, the Lucha Underground title and all the money that comes with it, that's everyone's goal. Now, the crew had their shot.
For real.
Shot. But last week at the
And Brian Cage got pinned by Tessa Blanchard. He was done.
You know this.
He was done.
Others did not expect a receipt. The crew attacked Big Rick. Senor Cisco.
And for whatever reason, I have no idea why Brian Cage didn't, when that was presented to him, he didn't go, no.
It's a deeper story than that. But here we go. The match is on fire.
Wow, are you kidding me, Lab Rat? Holy shit. Yes, that would explain why Brian Cage didn't step up and go, no, it's a terrible idea, because he'd already done it.
Yeah, you bring up this big Rick thing. If you're a spiritual person, the old book of Matthew says if you're right out,
nice.
stumble, pluck it out.
Well, good for Rick Rude. He can technically. So Rick Rude is actually kind of, sort of, technically a world champion. All right, 1 sec, guys. I'm gonna throw some beef taquitos in the air fryer. 1 sec. Yeet yeet.
Eye for an eye, brother. Better for thee that one of your members should perish. Bible study is over. We're back to the Lucha. Tag it out to Bale. Oh, the newest figure. Get up, Rue. Wow. Fired up. That's right. Crazy. Bale came out from the crowd, and while we don't condone that, of course the doors are open. Just with a cover here. Belly to back suplex. Not enough. Armenis now impressed us greatly over the past couple of weeks. Tag out now, and here comes Senor Cisco, who's all of a sudden kind of assumed the hitman role of the crew. It isn't the guy that used the cigar. This is the guy also just got kicked in the ground. So there we go. This beautifully done. Tag in, and here comes Aerostar. Exciting, different. Here we are. Come on. Start using the rope momentum now. Senor Cisco. Wow. Great springboard. Tilted on head. Say, drive up here. No. Not enough, brother. Threaded our referee. Rick Knox slide into a count with a busted left arm. Changing switch. Whip Aerostar into our hand.
And this is where the experience is going to come from the Mexico City team who is used to this kind of action.
Our hand is now helping out Aerostar. Shades of Superfly. Look at that. Trade the
No way. Wait, fucking this is a first. This is a first.
two.
Wow. Bro, we're talking about death defying, man. That's crazy. Oh, and that serves the vampire kick to the face. Yes, sir. Body lock. Boom.
Cisco. The beacon picture is like that. The referee's going to have to get Superfly out. That's going to occupy the referee, but it looks like Rick Knox is allowing this to go down. I like it, man. Duck, goose, perhaps.
And we are back. We got some delicious beef taquitos cooking. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, for real. Like that 100, I guarantee you. I would put I would put him on. I would put like maybe $20 on. Like if somebody gave me odds on, hey, what do you think the odds are of that Brian Cage jobbing to Tessa Blanchard came from because they knew the kind of person how agreeable Brian Cage is, how much of a marky he might be. They would go, hey, how about going under Tessa Blanchard and give her for the belt? And the odds of him agreeing to it and not fighting it, and there's a bet put on it by management. I would put money on that. That was a rib by management to see if he would actually go for it. Dude, like Brian Cage is one of the most impressive looking big men and athletic and acrobatic big men probably in the history of the business. And he completely whored himself out. Completely whored himself out to the marks. He could have been something amazing. In my opinion. Ooh, pizza rolls. That's kind of tough for me because the whole thing with the cheese, I don't do the fried cheese all that well. Like basically, like the only cheese I can really eat nowadays is if it's only on a pizza, then it's light cheese and cooked well done. Otherwise, my stomach just completely rejects it and it comes right back up.
I don't think you learn takeaway head scissors when you fight someone in the street. Now this, though, is a standard wrestling hold. It could slip into a choke designed to wear down your opponent. Wow. Aerostar back to his feet. The fans are, you know what? It's the adrenaline of the fans, brother. Aerostar is facing his corner. Aerostar needs to realize where his partners are and make a tag.
Right, here's what I can commit to. I'm not sure when it'll happen. All I can say is that it will happen. I can commit to eating one on stream. One on stream.
The last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him? Maybe you never see us coming.
So I look at it this way. Even if I don't end up not liking it, it's like, okay, yeah, never again. Well, what is it, like $3-4 for a moment? Oh no, it wouldn't be that bad. It would just be a thing where it's like my body kind of immediately knows if Gary's gonna start upsetting it, and I was known to spit it back up before it starts getting worse.
Opportunity for Aerostar. I don't think Aero realizes where he is, though. Bale seems out as well. All he already hears was flying about 3 feet and put his hand out, and either Superfly or Arrhenius will tag. Bale tags.
But here's the difference between fried like pizza rolls and mozzarella cheese sticks when it comes to the cheese like that is if I get them fresh straight out the fryer where everything's so melty and gooey, we're good. It works. If it's sat for any length of time for over 5 minutes, yeah, we're kind of SOL on that, pal. Because melty and gooey, in a weird way, again, it's part of the temperature, how much is cooked. My stomach can handle it if it's nice and melty and gooey, but if it's rubbery and chewy after sitting out for a while and getting cold, Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, right back up.
Brothers, back in a big way. Oh, yeah, I feel that. I don't care what the fans are doing. Boom, I really like that. Can I ask you something, though? The crew have been, kind of coming in and out at their own will, and yet Aerostar and Superfly seem to be a little more reserved into the language barrier, not understanding the rules, or just respect for authority. I think just different country, different styles.
Do it. Whoop, whoop.
It's like a visiting sports team. If you're in somebody else's arena, you're not as aggressive. The fans go back and forth on this one. They're enjoying this match. Hot six-man tag team action right here. Lucha Underground backdrop. This makes the tag and now Aerostar, who has a legitimate beef with all three members of the crew. Nicely done. Cover. Leg hook. No. Bale kicked out strong. Notice Bale rolls right to the ropes. Now Superfly, who's the freshest of the luchadors. Bale doesn't want any part of Superfly. It's going to put Bale in now. Bale took the guys away from the fans, and Superfly gave the fans what they wanted.
Yeah, for real, Gruss. No lasagna for me, and that absolutely sucks because I'm looking at that and I'm like, my eyes are going, oh, that's so delicious. Oh, that's so delicious. My stomach is going, the fuck you are. The fuck you are eating that.
Crazy. This reminds me a little bit of El Hijo del Santo. Except that he's about 2 meters taller. And now Senor Cisco climbs. Aerostar
Oh,
takes
please,
care of
God,
him.
no, we do not need the Nightmare Family or whatever.
Jesus. If you're a first-time viewer or a long-time fan, you do a thing. You don't see action like that anywhere. Man, I'm going to have to join in with the fans. Holy shit. That was just points of hell. Yeah, even the little kids are cheating the dirty words. Wow! That right there, it's so dangerous. Hey, right now, I've got to pick an MVP of this match. Who would it be? Probably the announcing team. If I didn't have to go there, yeah. You know what? You can't ask me that because all 6 guys putting their life on the line like that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go through them all. Although I am very in favor of the guys who are doing the suplexes, no doubt about it. Okay. Power moves certainly have a place here in Lucha Underground.
Russ, how about this?
The kicks. But if you notice,
I'll see the light heavyweight championship, and I'll raise you. The WWE Universal Light Heavyweight Championship. A light heavyweight title that can go between Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AAA, and TNA.
No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Coming up next, an exclusive interview. Vampiro sits down with.
Get me Gilbert, pal. Whoop, whoop.
And no punches are pulled. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back. Next on Lucha Underground.
I think my taquitos are going to be right back. Whoop, whoop.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lucha Underground on the El Rey Network. And 2 weeks ago, we saw a brand new champion, Prince Puma, viciously attacked by a newcomer, the man they call Cage. Vampiro, you sat down, had a very controversial interview with Cage. You had another interview this week with Conan and Prince Puma. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, man, it was exciting because I got to talk to the champ for the first time in his first public appearance, and it drove me insane. You could have cut the knife with the intensity. I'm telling you, Conan is not good. Conan wouldn't shut his mouth, but instead of going on and on and on and on, why don't we just check it out ourselves? Hey, everybody, Vampiro again, ringside here in Boyle Heights. Puma, I want to shake your hand. It's good to meet you, brother, in person. Congratulations. First champion ever here in Lucha Underground.
And we are back. Whoop, whoop.
Brother.
Yeah, the wild card belt, pal.
I'll tell you exactly how he's feeling. Home, pissed off. You know, he outlasted 19 other guys to become the Lucha Underground champion. Then he went toe-to-toe with Phoenix. And he showed that he deserves to be the champion. Then all of a sudden, some punk ass wannabe, try to be, never gonna be, jumps him from behind.
What you're saying to me is, if Puma was ready, if you were in the moment, you would have been pumped, primed.
Hey, get me wild card, pal.
With Cage, is that what you're trying to say?
That's exactly what I said. Cage would be the one in the hospital. And I promise you, that's exactly where he's headed.
A lot of critics are saying that you're just flash, brother. And watching you live, I will give you your props. But the opinion is somebody like Cage, who's a monster, who just hits people and they don't get up, that you ain't going to be able to handle it, dog. But what's your opinion on all that?
I don't ever remember checking for your opinion or the critics' opinion. But I will tell you this. Cage lacks this. And right here, what you see right here, unstoppable, brother. And it's going to be all over Cage. Boom.
Strong words, Conan. But I'm telling you now, I'm getting sick and tired of you just jumping in and shooting your mouth off. That is, unless you, champ, you don't got your own opinion.
You got something you want to tell me, man?
Yeah, brother. This is his moment, brother. He's the champion. This is his time in the world. But you always got to stick your mug there. When he was getting the belt and he had it in the air and the fans were going crazy, there's Conan. But I'm just making an observation right now.
Well, observe this. Watch as Puma shreds up Cage like ropa vieja. And if you keep running your mouth, you're going to be next.
Yeah?
This interview is over.
Anytime you want to do it, brother. We've done this a million times. One more time.
So you let me know.
Be careful, Puma.
Like, okay, this whole thing, yeah, it's like the sit down, and but the problem is, you kind of bitched out Puma a little bit there. Like the champion is kind of playing second fiddle to the Conan Vampiro feud.
Coming to the ring, accompanied by Conan from Buenos Aires, he is the Lucha Underground champion.
Yeah, Conan and Vampiro are two guys who knew how to take their personal and make it professional.
2 weeks ago, the pride of Boyle Heights was brutally attacked by Cage. Tonight, Prince Puma puts his title on the line for the second time in just 3.
Oh yeah, Conan is still with them. Like right now, Conan is technically a WWE employee, but he's still with AAA. Like they're still using him in AAA in his current role, and he's working closely with Jeremy Borash.
Puma does not need Conan, but he's got to pay attention. Don't turn your back on him. The big question is Puma 100%, or has the young champion finally run his course? We're going to find out. Our main event is coming your way next.
Dependability, reliability,
Ad breaks, pal.
confidence, everything you want in a partner. At Worldwide Technology,
We're gonna give it the skips on this one.
Core element of business. We prioritize.
I mean, yeah, they actually are pretty tight nowadays. Conan actually never had an issue with Borash. It was just on the show because Disco would always like basically kind of fillet Borash on air verbally. Just to stick it to Disco, Conan would, take shots at Borash, even though it was never personal. It was all just to get at Disco. Borash never really caught on to that, and he kind of took it personally, but they eventually got together and, hashed out the differences, and now they're pretty tight. Yeah, I know, man. Fucking Disco. Fucking Disco, pal.
Obviously, Puma will have the speed, agility, and straight up wrestling advantage, but in a fight, strength matters, anger and hatred matter. Cage definitely trumps Puma in that category. You know what, man? I would think that, it's a championship match, and I almost thought that Cage would be a little bit more methodical and take his time and study, but he's going after him. He's trying to cut the tree down right off the bat. Well, Cage mentioned how he's not going to wait in line. He's not going to go through the proper channels or be politically correct. Most people do that in the wrestling business, they never get a chance. It's the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. Nobody in this business is politically correct. Are you crazy saying that? What's wrong with you? Cage is doing the way that, hey man, he wants to make a name for himself. There's only one way to go, and that's the top.
Like, listening to Keep It 100, Conan seems like very excited about this. It's like we're now getting that WWE production and money coming in, and I get to work with my friends who are at WWE. Like, why wouldn't I be happy? Like he's alluded to, there are talks of him getting to work with Dominic.
Conan knows what it takes to retain and be a world heavyweight champion, especially when you're a big man. That's right.
Or I think I don't want to say it wrong, but he says something to the effect of he's excited about getting to work with Dom. That now he'll get the chance to work with Dominic now.
He's gonna watch. Stay away. Stop shooting your mouth off. I knew he was gonna get it. He had every right to do it. No. Not when the game is being played, brother. Trying to inspire his charge. Conan is responsible for training and bringing Prince Puma to Lucha Underground. There's a financial and emotional investment there.
Who was also the trainer. Get this. So we never found out who was the actual trainer and mentor of El Grande Americano. It was El Disquero Infernero.
He just got hit with a baseball bat in the face. No, that was the up and over. Cage throws. Wow, the spring in Puma's step is still there. Not anymore. Sit down. Slam. Look at that. I've never seen that before, dude.
Yeah, dude. Feel like AEW's got there's a window right now. Like we're in the middle of a window where WWE is kind of in, getting some bad press. They're in they're getting hammered for their high ticket prices, the bad programming, bad WrestleMania. This is AEW's time to strike. And they need to while that opportunity is there before WWE/TKO gets their shit together. In my opinion, at least.
Both bent down. This is Puma's opportunity now. This Puma lays on the center seal here in the temple. Great shot of the challenger Cage, trying to get to his feet.
Who are you to doubt El Dandy?
Shoulder to the gut, sets up the insecurity, which brings Cage out to the middle of the ring. Straight block. Crazy.
I think he's a jam up guy.
What would you say? 9 feet in the air? Sure, why not? But you'll notice now that every time Cage has been down as a result of Puma's high octane, very different offense. I think he's definitely showing maturity as a young champion, adapting fights. Wow. Double underhook. Release. Puma smart there, rolling all the way out of
Agreed, Lab Rat. Like, in my opinion, the most entertaining and engaging thing going on in wrestling right now is I'd say it's a kind of a three-way. NXT/TNA/AAA. Because, like, I think And here's why I think it's working. Because you got corporate focusing on WWE brand, like those main, like the main WWE brand, and it's kind of like leaving all these guys down, you know, in NXT, TNA, AAA. Okay, you guys do your thing as far as when it comes to the products, while we focus on this. And it's like, okay, yeah, like leave a guy like Conan to his own devices, and he'll make a fucking great television product. Give him WWE production and money, bro. Bro, I think Voltron is forming next week at Worlds Collide. Like the NXT North American Championship match is basically a 4-way match with wrestlers representing all those brands. Yeet.
You know what? It's hard to say. I would say yes, but Puma is our champion. He's not going to give up so easily. You know, plus, unfortunately, and maybe it's in his favor right now. This is what the experience.
Yeah, dude, I'm very excited for some of the stuff that they might be doing with dude, because if Conan and Borash are working together again, that's going to be some great shit. That's going to be some great shit. I'll put it to you this way: an Americanized AAA with Conan and Jeremy Borash at the creative helm. That's going to be an amazing product. That's the potential to be an amazing product, in my opinion.
I've never seen a big man with this much agility and frustration, but it's pretty impressive, man. I'm telling you, it's the frustration creeping into Cage's mind now. As a competitor, what do? You hit a guy with everything, you can't beat him. Cage versus the powerbomb, Puma slipped out. Sure you can't, European uppercut. Spin kick, Puma, nice jumping axe kick, blocks. I can't even keep up. Oh, and Brock is wrong. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Spine buster into not one, but two powerbomb fall through. Sunset flip, Puma now back to his feet. Bang! This is your main event for the Lucha Underground Heavyweight Championship.
Disco Inferno getting that word of wisdom in. Whoop, whoop. Form Blazing Sword. Gruss. It is so funny that you bring that up. No joke. I'm not even joking here. Brandon, like it actually means like flaming sword. Like fire, like sword, like a flame, like a sword that's on fire.
To his right, this Cage is right in front of you. Oh, the machine.
Yeah, this is going a bit too long. Like if this were going to be going long, it should be because Conan's getting involved in basically counteracting, Cage's physical superiority. Oh, dude, he could be the biggest heel in AAA. Make him the manager of El Grande Americano, El Grande Disco. Whoop, whoop.
Give Puma props, brother. You can see the desperation on the faces of both luchadors. This match is for the.
Really, I got into construction. It goes back to my childhood.
Oh shit! Ad break.
Watching a show called This Old House.
We can skip them though.
for the world championship and all the money with it. And the fans are calling it for it. This is awesome. Now talk about it. Puma telling everyone that the 630 is about to come. This is something that you will not see another human being do.
Dude, they would make so much money. There's so much. Like, you could create pro disco and pro El Grande Americano shirts and anti shirts. Sell them on the AAA website. Get them both buying them. Whoop whoop. Bro, haul up the Brinks truck of heat. Dude, that would be fantastic, Russ.
It shows you how important the championship is to everyone in this show. Hey, it is. For the first time in over 5 years, and the Prime Minister with the whip stick. Years. Tony involved himself. Oh.
Oh, dude, that'd be some heat, lab rat. Or like with an ice uniform. Dude, Gruss, how great would that be? You have Hulk Hogan as Mr. America selling Mexican-made beer. How fucking funny would that be?
The Lucha Underground Championship. It's absolutely disgraceful. It will be held to
Whoop, whoop.
What the hell are you doing? Who are you?
Looking for a man that owes me.
Well, what man? Not me. I pay my debts.
I know he's here in your temple.
Well, then feel free to question anyone.
Get me Border Patrol, pal.
Do you have a name?
Oh, nice, lab rat. Yeah. If you know your character, know your audience, get over.
I'm sorry. The word means nothing to me.
So we go off the air with a credit scene of a mysterious woman confronting Dario Cueto in his office. And that is the end of episode 11, pal. Moving on to episode 13, final episode for tonight. Whoop, whoop.
Really, I got into construction. It goes back to my childhood. All things I grew up watching. Really, I got into construction.
At least we can skip these ads.
All things I grew up
At least these first two. Only those two. Nice.
What the hell are you doing? I'm getting
getting some insurance.
Now that you have been paid, I hope that we can have a lucrative business relationship moving forward. What are you?
I only have one word. Tons of.
Puma blasted 19 other guys. He deserves to be the champion. I am the best. My turn is now. Prince Puma was brutally attacked by Cage. Puma with the title on the line.
Whoop.
Oh! Champ is on fire. Big matches for the world championship and all the money and glory that comes with it. Big suplex. 630-degree revolution bound to be. Oh! Very smart on the part of the machine. The roll blow from behind. Cage has been disqualified. Puma is still your champion. We haven't wrestled for years.
Yeet.
Oh, hit on the legacy.
Whoop.
Hit on the championship under his respect.
James Storm in Mexico. Cannot say that I have. And now I want to go look at that.
Mariachi El Bronx rains hands down on the temple. I'm not striker. You get real this. It's Lucha Underground. And brother, we are back. Big shout out to everybody at home. Last show we saw Cage. He destroyed Puma. He left Kona bloody and a big disgrace. He destroyed the championship belt. Pure chaos, man. Absolutely. And from chaos, now we go to Havoc. Son of Havoc in the ring with Evil East.
The following lucha is scheduled for.
Oh, damn, pal.
Accompanied by Ibeli. From the open Son of Havoc.
Yep, Angelico. AEW Abyss. May he rest in peace there. Hopefully he can crawl his way out.
Of reading all these tweets on social media about Son of Havoc, say that he sucks. Let me tell you something. I don't date losers. If anyone have a problem with him, you have a problem with me too. The baddest bitch in this building. His opponent from Johannesburg, South Africa, Mexico.
Here comes a bright young star of Lucha Underground that has wowed us in the previous weeks, truly bringing the style of Lucha Libre as well as Puerto Japanese wrestling. Oh, it's a hybrid fighter here. He's had great success in AAA in Mexico and throughout the world. Doors are open for anybody in the world who wants to take a shot at the title. Getting here in the greatest league of the planet. Big boy has definitely left his mark. You and I have talked about this. Son of Havoc has been a perennial hard luck luchador here, constantly suffering setbacks.
Yeah, with Wardlow.
Jets of Lucha Underground, or the Chicago Cubs, or the SD Jones of Lucha Underground. Your thoughts? The only thing I can say is, yes, I agree with you. But if you take a look at his girlfriend, dude, he's doing something. He's doing something right. Maybe not in the ring, but who knows? Here we go. And from previous experience, we know the story of this match will most likely be Angelico Strikes versus Son of Havoc's speed. Brother, you know, he's so tall, he's so agile, quick, he's deceiving. But look at this, a tower. He being Angelico from South Africa. Of course, we think of names like Colonel De Beers and the City Brothers, but perhaps Angelico can ascend to greater heights. Hey, man, I got to give a real quick shout out to my boy Kishi who's watching this.
There you go. Good chain wrestling. Changed the world of sport from England. Now the past 5 quick on the move now. Wow. Look how quick that was. And how those long legs will come into play here. Vamp, you're a tall guy. You're about 6'3", 6'4". What is it when you fight a shorter opponent?
You know what? It's challenging. But one thing that does help you is if you have any knowledge of martial arts and you can kick, you're doing
There it is. A Shuri knee.
What's that guy's name in UFC who does that? Who was a Pride for years? Big guy. Big
Yeah, those numbers will be interesting to see compared to each other.
You go. Flying Shuri knee.
Taquito time! Yee yee! Taquitos! Taquitos!
Flying knee, almost like a karate kick to the face before.
Is it enough? No. Whoa. Son of Havoc really has to take advantage now. Find that fifth gear, as we say, and start to beat down an elephant.
He's certainly got the crowd behind him, which is something we didn't expect. And it's good to see. To be honest with you, it's good to see.
We thank you for joining us. You're a part of something special, and it certainly feels good. One of the hottest original series on television. This is Lucha Underground.
Yeah, man, and I just want to give a shout out real quick. And maybe I shouldn't do it, but definitely every single person who sends a tweet to us, to me anyways, I want to say nothing but love, man, and thank you for everything. Wow. You kick somebody tall like that and the Achilles tendon, he's going down. There's no doubt about it. Son of Havoc. Reminiscent of a great shock room show right there. It's almost like a soccer kick, a football kick, you know what I mean? Like a Pele kick.
Yeah, and with the TNA partnership, over under on a Tommy Dreamer appearance.
Oh, yes. Hell yeah. I call that, you're going to have to clear your throat. There's something down there.
All right, I'm going to have a couple sodas. Be right back. Whoop, whoop.
And many experts point to Son of Havoc not being able to get those big wins here. And a lot of people feel that Son of Havoc wastes time. Can I have your thoughts?
I don't think so, man. What do you mean he's wasting time? He's doing what's expected right there. It's awesome. But you know what? For a guy who hasn't had too many wins, he definitely has confidence. He's taking his time. He's not panicking in any way, shape, or form.
You know, we talk about it, but it only takes one big win. And a lot of people say that Son of Havoc is just inches away from that one big win that can vault Son of Havoc to the top of the ranks here at Lucha Underground.
Wow. Shades of the great Perro Aguayo coming up the top rope with his furry boots, stomping on the
Yeah,
deck.
get me Tommy, pal.
Go for the cover, kids. See, there's a lot of experience right
Wide
there.
open, shows that Angelico is tired. Remember, he believes choking Angelico before. Did you feel that?
I don't think I felt it. The same time I definitely got squashed like a bug.
You know, it's infectious here because now we have standing room only and the lines are going all the way around the block. It's infectious. You want to play to the believers here in the temple, but Vamp, you disagree with that strategy.
Definitely, man. Cockiness in any place, in any sport doesn't. I just don't like it, man. I'm sorry. I'm just, a little bit of a bad guy and looking at the
Cover here.
But you know what? You are right, man. We got fans hanging off the ceiling here. The fans are behind Son of Havoc since the start of this matchup. I believe
Sorry,
that the
look at
Lucha
something real
Underground
quick. I
definitely
apologize.
supports underdog. Do you agree?
My mind works in weird ways.
We're all underdogs. Hang on. Is this enough here? Cover.
Let's go, two. Quick. Oh. It's so awesome, the energy here, dude. It's just so cool. People are behind Son of Havoc, man. I'm starting to feel this guy.
Son of Havoc's been here since day one. The believers are loyal.
Yep. The guy's just so tall. He's just so awesome in action. Wow.
For award-winning service and top reviews, you can't beat Seeger Toyota.
On Olive, just west of I-270.
100% agreed, Gruss. And it's because in a weird way, they're letting NXT have their own freedom.
We've seen this from Son of Havoc before.
Nah. If they did that, it would have to be like him as a heel invading. In my opinion, at least. Yeah, give me more treehouse and less spray paint. Yeet.
Come on, man. That is insane. That is insane. But come on, man. You got the people. Go for the win. Yeah, take the kiss. I do the same. It was her. I do it again. Turn around, brother. Gave him the kiss. Oh. Don't even think about it, dude. Go behind. Waist lock. Oh, he went for the kiss. Went for the kiss. Oh. Yes. Please. Oh. Brother. A great sequence of events culminating with Havoc inadvertently knocking his girlfriend Evilise off the apron and Helico taking advantage and Helico victorious. I wonder what it's going to be like at the Havoc dinner table with Son of Havoc and his girlfriend Evilise. She hit the floor so hard. Havoc is trying to explain to Evilise. Oh, of course you did, man. Wow. Hey. Brother, she is pissed. Yeah, man, looks like Evilise is about to hit the open road alone.
Yeah, like a dark thing for the crowd, yeah.
Since you've seen such warfare, I bet you're ready for some action. I know we had some issues in the past, and since you've been gone...
And to be fair, that would make sense. Like maybe they're opening an NXT chapter of their faction. And they're trying to look for somebody to lead it.
For the first time, Quayo, you're actually right about something. I am ready for some action. Wow.
9 days! 9 days from tonight! Live on NXT!
You will be in the main event against Gage.
You mean that one that tore apart your title belt? You better get a new one.
Which is such a shame. It is such a shame because could you imagine the rub that Rollins, Heyman, and their faction could give? Like, all of a sudden they pop up in TNA. Hey, we're looking for somebody here to be our chapter. And they look at Moose and look at the system. Hey, you're our guys. They go to AAA. They find some people there. Hey, we want you to be our guys that represent us here. And then when it's your time to move up, we'll like, use our stroke to get you up here when it's your time. But until it's that time, you conquer down here.
The absence of light, which means darkness, no fear. There's such an anger in this luchador. His skill set is what truly impresses me.
Actually, let me scratch that.
Now is the time to learn a little bit more about Pentagon.
It's not really thought of as developmental. It's more of like a worldwide conquest.
Las artes marciales viven en los corazones y en las mentes de los maestros y sus discípulos. Solo los mejores estilos de lucha.
That's why like The idea came to me for when he came with Frankie Kazarian. He calls himself the king of TNA. All right, well, TNA has a partnership with WWE, NXT, and also has a partnership with AAA, which happens to be owned by WWE. All right, so why don't you do a storyline and an angle with him where he's the king of TNA, that's his home, that's his land, that's his territory. Why wouldn't he want to be a conquering king going off to these foreign lands and these territories, capturing their gold, capturing their spoils, and bringing it back home? Going to those other territories, getting belts, bringing them back to his, his land. Oh yeah, I'm liking this Pentagon guy, pal. I do hope he makes it far. This guy's a star, man. He's got a bright future. That's very true. Paul Heyman always has been like a long-term guy.
There's something happening with the transformation. It's almost like he's got disappointment and his anger is taking control. There's a different aura about him right now. Look at his attitude. You have to ask yourself, why is someone so dumb, so unforgiving? Oh, it's almost as if Pentagon feels good when he inflicts pain on others. I know all about that. And he's got that look in his eyes, and he's changed. You can see it in him. He's taking his time. And he's almost like he's enjoying this. Oh, brother, that is a tip of anger. And again, what happens to you in your personal life reflects your professional life. The betrayal of Chavo Guerrero to Pentagon may be the fuel for the fire. There may be something deeper and darker in the psyche of Pentagon. There is no doubt about it. Somebody who's tattooed, dresses in black, and is freaked out and gets off on violence, I think, in my book, that's a good thing. But it's me incorporating some lucha libre style. Yeah. But you know what? He still needs it's just a knockout kick. But Matt, I feel it, I see it, I sense it. He still needs to take it to another level. There it is. Driver taking its knees spiked. Hit him. Now this submission hold here. All the pressure on the
I very vaguely remember that, Gruss.
It's almost like a Kimura. He can bust his elbow. All the pressure on Famous B's shoulder and elbow.
Like, I know it happened, but I don't remember much about it. Yeah, give me skull it, pal.
Brother, he just busted his arm. If you're not both over being in the ring, you can actually hear
my sacrifice.
this is going to do nothing but mess with his head even more. And I think that's a good thing.
Está contigo, maestro. Yo estoy listo. Porque yo soy Pentagon Junior.
Translation, please. He said he's loyal to his master because he's ready, man. He's got zero fear, no fear. It's almost like he's dedicating something to a master or a teacher or some type of sensei. He said he's ready for the next step. I don't get it. While we speculate on Pentagon's mindset.
Oh, nice, Lab Rat. Sweet.
Underground's most exciting, high-flying, and mysterious luchadors face off for the very first time. It's Drago and Aerostar, and you'll only see it here on Lucha Underground.
The news of this temple and what's happening here spreading. Such a shame that you cannot share it with me. I want to let you know that she came looking for you. She calls herself the Black Lotus. And I know she was a little girl back then. But you should
Nice. Which is smart because, like, why would you, you know? Because why didn't they use a 555 number? I mean, it's Hollywood. It's Robert Rodriguez. Or is that what you mean by that? Like, they use a 555 number.
When you're a full-time parent with a full-time job, you need a master's that works with your schedule. Balance work, family, and school with online master's programs
Ad break. Whoop,
for
whoop.
working adults and busy parents. Focus on one 6-week course at a time and still stay on track to graduate.
Lilo and Stitch is the #1 movie.
Also, tits and fluffy.
It's hilarious. And the movie event of this summer, Lilo and Stitch, rated PG.
Give me CGI Lilo and Stitch, pal. Whoop, whoop.
The following lucha is scheduled for one fall. In the ring, from El Inframundo, Drago.
It's a luchador that's quickly becoming everyone's favorite, one of my personal favorites, Drago. Definitely one of the new stars who's raising the bar worldwide, here only in Lucha Underground. Definitely has made his mark.
And his opponent, from the Cosmos, Aerostar.
Give me Aerostar, pal.
They have something that's called a classic. But like when two teams, I would say Chivas and America, that's a classic match. And for history's sake, it's been the biggest draw in the sport. Here, I think we are setting up for something special. These are two top stars, definitely the biggest stars in the world of Lucha Underground here worldwide, high flyers, and this is something that's going to definitely set the world on fire. As these two fan favorites, these two technicos will wow us with their in-ring abilities, and I guess this is a battle of inner earth versus the heavens. Could be, definitely. Here we go. Wow. Well, you can just feel it. These guys are crisp. Oh, collar and elbow tie up now. Both guys push off. The quickness. A lot of respect here, too.
See,
Go behind by Drago, trying to control the waist, traps the arm there into the arm.
what is that? What's it trying to say?
Well, that was just like the great Muda.
See, a Technico, when used in Lucha Libre, means babyface, and Rudo means heel.
We can get the advantage to the fans, man, because this is probably going to be one of the best matches of the night, no doubt about it. And so the Huracarana, made famous by Huracan Ramirez. Most people get it mistaken or misinterpreted for a Frankensteiner. Yeah, Scott Steiner was about 100 pounds lighter and he can move. But the Huracarana is a rich.
Hey, speaking of Scott Steiner and Frankensteiners, do you know who was the first? Actually, no. Let me grok this real quick before I
Condition on these guys. Yeah, it's a beating.
open my mouth.
Look at the agility, the sportsmanship, and the footwork. Very important. No wasted steps. Drago there cutting off the space of the ring. Toe hold sends Aerostar into the corner. Drago on the move now. Aerostar out of the way. The quickness in this match. Great breaker. Well, they hit him so hard he bounced off the ring. And you can see when Aerostar kicks out, he immediately goes onto his stomach, keeping his shoulders off the mat. Very cool. And once again, the crowd is wowed, paying attention. That really.
Okay, so the early, all right, we're just going with the earliest known documented evidence. The first person, again, this is going off of the earliest documented evidence. The first person to perform a 450 splash. Scott Steiner, pal. Whoop, whoop.
I'll use my muggle words from here on if anyone
what's up with you and that? Matt Potter. Come right here. It's great action. It's a great time here at Lucha Underground. Drago and Eros.
Disco.
Yeah, and you can feel it in the atmosphere.
No, but yeah, I've actually seen that footage. Like when he does it, like he does the actual like it's like in a almost like a VFW Night to Columbus Hall, but he does it like it's like very late, like maybe like like late 80s. He does it and he lands on his feet and then falls on the like he does the full 450 rotation, lands on his feet and then splashes the guy. And he says, "Well, the reason why I landed on my feet and then fell on him was because I didn't want to hurt him and lose bookings and But yeah, it happened. All right, so as far as we know, Scott Steiner is the first person to perform a 450 splash.
The great late rest in peace, Victor Garza, my brother up in heaven watching down. Lots of love for you and your family, my friend. Amen.
However,
A lot of great Lucha Libre history.
when it came to actually making it famous and putting it into the mainstream, credit to that goes to Too Cold Scorpio and Hayabusa.
The talent is phenomenal. A lot of respect here. I can't stop saying it because I just feel it. There's no over-aggressive.
Yeah, that was like real early Scott Steiner. Real early Scott Steiner.
It's more money in your bank account. You're closer to becoming champ. Roll through. Is this enough? No. It's the combination. It's so quick.
Okay, according to Grok, it happened in 1987.
That is great discipline and great timing. Drago on the move now. Oh, a blockbuster into a DDT. 3 down, 2. Start seeing stars with that one, and normally Drago uses the Dragon's pin, but not in this match. It shows you how versatile Drago is.
Yeah, I've heard stories that like very early on when he first started, he was actually a way better wrestler and much more agile. But being agile with that size on those joints, it is going to hit you, and unfortunately, it kind of hit him pretty quick.
And it all is on display here at Lucha Underground. Drago victorious over Aerostar in a great match. And I'll be honest, I could watch this match again and again. No doubt.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen Mark Henry do a few of those. Yeah, Big Show used to throw a pretty nice. Yeah, Big Show used to throw a pretty nice drop kick. Like real early on in his WCW, early on in WCW.
Brutally attack our champion Prince Puma and his mentor Conan tonight. Our main event for the first time ever. Johnny Mundo tries to rattle the cage.
You know what? Honestly, Lab Rat, if you ask me who I thought the best big man worker, or at least evolved the big man. Oh damn! Now, I can't really. Oof. As far as the best, when it comes to best big man workers who don't go off their feet.
So tell me, what
Kevin Nash.
Scare a man.
Like when it came to big men and giants who don't go off their feet, I really feel like Kevin Nash was really the one who did the best job of getting that over in the 90s and early 2000s.
It's from me. Keep that between us. Because if he was to find out, he would bury both of us.
The following Lucha is scheduled for one fall. And
Damn, really, Gruss? Nice.
introducing Los Angeles, California.
Yep, Kevin Nash got it. And Matt Morgan, he gives a lot of credit and props to Kevin Nash for teaching him how to work as a big man.
Johnny Mundo returns to the temple for the first time since Aztec Warfare, and you have to believe that Johnny has his sights set on the Lucha Underground title held by his friend / enemy, Prince Puma. But before Johnny can get there, Johnny has to go through his opponent.
Yeah, Kevin Nash is a very intelligent dude.
Set the world on fire. You called it like you saw it. I agree with you 100%, my good friend.
Like when it comes to the from everything I've heard about Kevin Nash, I think Vince Russo had the best, or it was Kevin Nash psychologically. Vince Russo had the best description of him. He said that Kevin Nash is he could put he could drive Sigmund Freud insane. I think some of the effect of when you're dealing with Kevin Nash, he's playing a chess game with you and you don't even know it.
Lilo and Stitch is the #1 movie.
Also,
It's hilarious.
And he also said Kevin Nash is one of the only 2 people that in his life he's ever actually truly been intimidated by, simply because of just how intelligent he was. The second guy was Jeff Hardy, because Jeff Hardy really truly was an unpredictable, march to the beat of his own drum, unique individual, and you truly had no idea what was going through this guy's head.
This is our main event. Cage on the left. Man versus Machine. What you say, right? Sure, Man versus Machine is a good one. Then you sat down and interviewed Cage, and we've discovered that Cage is the antithesis of everything Lucha Libre.
Dude, how are you?
I'm not waiting in line. I do not care. I am a machine, and I want what's mine.
Yeah, exactly. How is Omos not like Andre the Giant status? How is Omos not like the next Andre the Giant? How do you fuck that up?
Is on Cage's hands, as well as the desecration of the Lucha Underground title. Look at the confidence of this machine, Cage. He is in there with a veteran, and he is treating him like he is his little biatch. Before we get back into the wrestling battle,
Yeah, to be fair, I really do think Scott Hall was the smarter one, but the thing was he wasn't out for power. He just wanted to have fun and have a good time.
You know what? Anything can happen here in Lucha Underground. That's a good question. I think that we will see, but
and also in a weird way, Scott Hall, I think honestly, out of the entire clique, I think Scott Hall was the most virtuous out of all of them.
Has been in the ring with some of the best in the world, but perhaps none more powerful or arrogant.
Like, he was the one dude who'd be like, who basically, he stuck his own neck out. Like, Scott Hall legit stuck his own neck out on the line to put Chris Jericho over.
Wow.
Like, he legit went against booking orders and said, "Hey kid, you're going over tonight." That's not the finish. You're going over.
Thanks for the visual, man. Been there. You know, getting home late at night. Oh, just hear the punches, the heavy-handed Cage. Yeah, we can cover up, brother. We get blocked. There's no way around it. Well, it seems that we have a visitor here. Where? Oh, wow. King Cuerno watching from high atop the canopy.
Okay, that would be interesting. Like, that would actually be a great swerve to happen at a Worlds Collide pay-per-view event. You introduce a Japanese promotion to the mix. That would be it. That would actually be a great way to do it. And a great time and place to do it.
Over his kingdom, if you will, you think? Or does he got title aspirations of his own? It's a good point. Get a shot at Cage there, wearing the wounds of war. A lot of those kicks from Johnny Mundo, the toe going right into your mouth. It's not as hot as it sounds. So Tony Atlas likes that, but not here. Cage is so strong.
Yeah, for real, Gruss. Looking at that entire situation from a 40,000 foot point of view, Scott Hall really was the glue. And even as fucked up as he was during that time, he was still the glue and held everyone else together while he himself was falling apart.
Yeah, they is busted open, I think. The chest heaves in and out. It shows you where your opponent is as far as how much breath they have left. And now Johnny fighting with everything he has left. Brother, how dope was that kidney shot? I don't know if you saw that. Johnny hit him with a kidney. Dirty player. I love it. This direction now.
Like the whole idea of like Crow Sting. That was 100% Scott Hall's idea.
Semi-shining wizard, knee to the face, comes in with all of his body weight behind it. But that doesn't knock you out. I don't know if that's stamina, you're running on fumes, or your desire to win. But
Okay, cool. That's very cool. Yeah, that would actually be a great way to reintroduce Omos.
Scorpion death drop there. Frustration on Cage's face in the cover. Yeah, no doubt about it. But to beat a machine, you're gonna have to do a little bit more than that. Forearm shivers. He strikes. Johnny Mundo trying to keep his stronger, larger opponent close.
There's a lot of reasons why I would agree with you on that, Gruss, but there's one big reason why I disagree with you on that. They need to keep that up to keep WWE being competitive in that. Just to keep them going of, we got to just keep our machine going to drive them down. And their Forbidden Door concept has to continue for WWE to keep up that effort of making theirs be as great as it can be.
Unbelievable. Oh, do you hear how the crowd is into this match? Absolutely. And another thing to point out, how many near falls has Johnny Mundo had in the last couple of minutes? It seems that every time Johnny has Cage down, he goes for the pin. It's coming. How much respect? It's coming. He's calling for it. And the fans know it.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, WWE has kind of taken that and become the standard in it. Like they proved that with the TNA NXT partnership.
I'm sorry, I'm attacked today. Man, look at Flo. Man, he's stopping his play. Here comes Cuerno. But who is Cuerno coming after? I don't know, man, but he is intent. Look at him. Something's up. No blood does Cuerno. Watch out. Referee saw it as well. That's a disqualification. What's going on? Ooh, what's going on? King Cuerno is rooting in his
King Cuerno on the hunt, pal. Whoop whoop.
The prize, if you will, the hunt is on. Wow. Did you hear that growl? That growl was angry. He wants to reverse.
You know what? In a weird way, Gruss, in a very weird way, I think if WWE purchases New Japan, that might potentially be the best thing that could happen for AEW and Tony Khan. Because that could force them to accept the reality of the fact of we need to make our product better and competitive with theirs. I'm talking the on-air product. And WWE has so many holes and openings that AEW can shoot through. Like remember at the end of Star Wars: A New Hope when Luke had that one little opening to fire through to take out the Death Star? WWE has multiple of those that are way wider than that. At least at this moment in time. Oh yeah, if it's right, I forgot about that lab rat. Let me ask: Is Noah part of that?
And saying, even though you just have your knee busted, I want you to still get your butt kicked. Well, I'm not going to answer that question because Dario does pay my mortgage. But Cage wisely going after the injured left leg of Mundo. Wow. Brother, just like a shark, he's circling and he does smell blood in the water. And I don't know about you, but I've learned a lot about Cage from this.
All right, I'll go look that up real quick.
Not only is he agile with great high-flying moves, but he's a smart competitor. Add that to the ego, and Cage may very well be the most dangerous man in Lucha Underground. I'm going to say it again, and I'm sorry to correct you, my brother, but he is not a man. He is a machine, bro. He's just got the intent to hurt people. But Johnny Mundo has heart. Johnny Mundo has fight. But he has no brains, and he's kicking somebody with a busted knee leg. Man, what is he doing, man? Is it worth it? Oh! God, how bad does he want to be the number one guy in Lucha Underground to put himself in that position? Oh, look at this. Uh-oh. If Cage can turn Mundo over, this is a terribly...
All right, no, never mind. Noah is a founding member of this group, so yeah.
The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for innovation, and the next movement for acceleration.
Thanks to the Opera browser, our sponsor, this is easily
Right.
the most organized
Hopefully,
buying
final
section
ad
I've
break.
ever done.
Guess he gave us skips. No zips though. And thank God no cloudies either. I mean, I have to believe it if WWE does acquire a Japanese promotion or enters into a partnership with one, it's got to be New Japan, just based on that whole thing with, again, that picture of The Rock wearing a New Japan t-shirt while staring at a Rubik's Cube. I mean, there's a lot of symbology. There's a lot you can lot to unpack there, pal, as Conrad would say. Okay, All Japan, that's one. I could see that happening. All Japan, that's one I could see WWE acquiring.
Through all the pain, Johnny Mundo still considers going for the end of the world. No. Wow. I just pray that Johnny Mundo knows when he's putting his look at the placement of Cage's hand. Oh, his career could be over. Oh, look at Cage's reaction as Johnny kicks out of Metal Ingot. And now Cage stuffs Johnny. Johnny up. Oh, look at this. Johnny rolls for something. 2. go! Brother, this is insane. Don't make the machine. You are going to get rocked.
And of course, these two would have some battles in TNA. Whoop, whoop. Or as it was known at that time, Impact Wrestling.
While Cage is victorious, you have to tip your cap to
Let me do a little bit of a bigger deep dive on this so I get some better information on this.
reminiscent of superstar Billy Graham. It just says so much about what Cage thinks about Lucha Underground and Lucha Libre in general. No doubt about that, but let's not forget Johnny Mundo has kept that nudge going longer than a normal pro athlete would. He's got the heart of a champion, no doubt. Johnny Mundo showed so much heart.
Okay, so the United Japanese Pro Wrestling Alliance, it's New Japan, All Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, DDT, Dragon Gate, Ganbare Pro, Big Japan, World Wonder Ring Stardom, and Tokyo Joshi. So you have pretty much all the big ones.
Go home, the show's over. Oh no, cuádrese. We're just getting started. My name is Alberto, el patrón. Well, you already knew that.
Oh yeah, dude, Lucha Underground did a fantastic job of like utilizing those credit scenes for cliffhangers to tune in next week. Like you go off the show, like in the credits, we have Alberto El Patron make his debut, and he wants to talk to Dario Cuerto. Woo! All right, guys, that was fun. That dude, that's to me, that's how wrestling should be done today. That's gonna do it for us tonight, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and chilling with us. Whoop whoop.
You need a master's that works with
Tomorrow night, or I should say tomorrow during the day, we got The Wreckage. And that's tomorrow night. We got another HMG After Dark, finishing Shorzy Season 1, going into Season 2. Monday, of course, Monday Locker Room Raw Watch Along Impact Attack. Tuesday, we like it Raw. Late start NXT Watch Along. As far as tonight goes, we're going to go ahead and call it here. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Got a long day tomorrow. Love you guys. Always appreciate you. Much love. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your weekend if I don't get to see you again. Much love. Whoop, whoop, yeet, yeet. Take care, y'all.
You watch my back and I'm addicted.